When I was a kid, I used to have a talk with my mom before bed. One moment, I asked her, "Mom, do you think the world will still be a beautiful place when I grow up?" She smiled and said, "Maybe, because beauty can only exist when the world is safe." At that time, I don't really understand. I thought Earth was the safest place to live in the universe. But now, as I've grown up and I look around at all the chaos, war, inequality, racism, I do understand. One day, I found myself asking, what kind of world we will live in the next 20 years? Witnessing the advancement of technology, some of you might think about flying cars, advanced robots, or our movement to Mars. On the other hand, others might think about something darker, war, chaos, or worsening inequality. Hello everyone, my name is Joceline Patricia from Saint Aloysius, Bandung, and I would like to share my vision about the world I dream of in the next 20 years. Reuters reported that the victims of Palestine-Israel war reached more than 67,000 people, with nearly a third of the death under the age of 18. Not only that, globally, 1 of 4 people report experiencing discrimination. In the US alone, racism against black people is widespread. Inequality, it's even getting worse. The richest 1% now own 43% of the world's wealth, while 700 million of people still live in extreme poverty. Imagine how cruel the world is. Are we going to stay silent in face such of suffering? Are we going to stand still without doing anything to change it? Of course not. This heartbreaking news reminds me why we must not stay silent, why we must dare to dream of something better. That is why when I imagine the world 20 years from now, I imagine one built upon peace. I will dream in the next 20 years, peace will be instilled in every person's heart. A world without war, a world without judgment, a world where we are not divided by skin color, religion, wealth, or gender, a world where we can finally walk together hand in hand. Because peace doesn't begin in government or treaties, it begins in us. It begins when we choose to listen, to forgive, and to care. In the world I dream of, people crave more kindness than power. Children can grow up freely without the fear of hunger or bullying. Victims of war can finally live in peace without fear of getting shot or losing their homes. So, what kind of world do I dream of living in 20 years from now? I dream of a world where people can realize hope into reality, transform nonchalance into empathy, silence into understanding, and a world where every person, no matter who they are, feels safe and seen. When we begin today, by listening, by caring, by daring to be kind, then 20 years from now, that world won't just be a dream, it will be our reality. And when the kids look up and ask their mother, "Mom, do you think when I grow up, world still be a beautiful place?" She will no longer say, "Maybe." She will answer, "Surely." That's all from me. Once again, I'm Jocelyn Patricia. Thank you all for your attention.